Hello, Boris Praversham here. Welcome to the Nidd Weekly Recap, which I've decided to now probably do on a Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday are usually the days I have too much work to feel like recording after, so now I'll use it to edit these. I'll be covering the week from the 24th of November to the 30th. Rather than fill the description up with links, I have put one link to a Google Doc with all the information in it, in a format that should be easy to pick and choose from what you want if you see something that interests you. Anyway, let's go through what's happened this week, then we'll see what videos have been released. Firstly, the public server called The Land of Nidd launched this weekend. Out of a possible 27 hours for me, I was online for 17 of them, and things went very well. So well, in fact, that I didn't get around to finishing my news studio, which is rather obvious. The server handled it incredibly well. For almost the entire time we were one of the most populated servers online, and we peaked at about 15, which is pretty high for space engineers. This is more than I expected, so thank you to everyone who made it a good opening weekend. I will talk more in a separate video about what happened, but essentially it was mostly setting up. A few factions have been started, but in weeks to come we're going to be doing some more roleplay things. We just needed a platform from which to launch from. To keep it going, we will need donations, so if you enjoy playing and want it to continue, you can find where to donate on the Nidd.com. Speaking of the website, Anubis has worked hard to get the Nidd.com up and running. At the moment it's got all the basics on it, and we will continue adding to it, including hopefully some showcases of the work that everyone in the Nidd does. A new purple Niddite has been chosen, Nordic Beast. It isn't much of a surprise. He's been helping with the setup for Roid Grab 2, participated in a couple of events, and was already recording a Let's Play with another purple Niddite, Drakol, so he'd seemed the perfect fit. The link to his YouTube channel is in the Google Doc. He's already started another series recording on the whitelist server if you want another perspective. The community is slowly growing, and so with it grows the section of it that makes sure everything runs as it should. Corridon, Lethal Owl and Mir Liap have become green Niddites, in particular to help moderate the Land of Nidd. If you need anything and they're online, they're your go-to people. I posted on the forum with the idea of having a month dedicated to building mini-games, so that the Nidd could have a Steam Workshop collection built entirely by us with mini-games for everyone to play. If you've ever had a mini-game idea, then now would be the perfect time to build it. Personally, I have had no time to either build anything, help others with their ideas, or encourage people to contribute, and I've been a bit unsure as to what month to actually hold it in. Nonetheless, Soat and Mir Liap, Mir having made 2 already, have contributed games, and Lethal Owl, Christoph Keen and Anubis Ra have either helped with ideas or are building their own. I want to contribute at least 3, as well as refurbish the old ones I've done to include newer features, but given the amount of time I've spent on other projects, this minigame building month might turn into a month, plus another week, and probably another month. When I say month, I really mean an indiscriminate length of time. It just doesn't have the same ring to it. If you've got a minigame idea, then we'd all love to have it in the collection, as well as get everyone together, probably in January, to play them all. This Saturday, the Minecraft UHC event will be held. We've had a couple of dropouts, and we'd like as many people as possible. There's no limit on the number of players. I've had a few people say to me that they didn't sign up because it looked full, but 15 people was what I was hoping for to get a good game, not the maximum, so it was my mistake for formatting it like that in the post. At the moment, the UHC will be teams of 3, but if we don't get enough people, then we'll split into pairs to make more teams, so barring technical failure, it will be going ahead. We would love to have at least 5 teams of 3 though, the more the better. If you wanted to play, the link is in the Google Doc. On to the videos, so I'll now run through each day of the week and see what videos were posted by all the purple Niddites. On Monday, Anubis, Richard, Killer Apple, Zek and I continued playing No More Room in Hell. My recording failed unfortunately, but you can see Anubis' perspective. You don't actually know how to play this game, do you, Richard?
Not in the slightest.
We probably should have at least told him the controls. Nordic Beast posted his 2nd episode on the Nidd's whitelist building server. He's getting his base set up and sharing Zek's asteroid for now.
I also have these signs up here, which just no access, which honestly I don't care if somebody came in here. I don't have much. But everybody on the server is very friendly. Nobody really takes off with anything as far as you know.
General Hatchet continues his Let's Play of From the Depths, where he builds a ship with which to go to war.
We have the turret here on the front. the missile. We got a little missile turret on the back.
On Tuesday, Anubis, Killer Apple, Llama, Panda, Ed, Zek, and I finish our run of Trouble in Terrorist Town videos. They were a lot of fun and were well received, so we will probably record more.
I have no weapon.
Okay. That was an odd sound. I uploaded the last episode of our survival games event, the deciding 20 minutes of gameplay. You know what? I could go steal one of those mines, put it on the front of this ship, and then use it as a suicide.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Drakol and Nordic Beast are doing a Space Engineers Let's Play called The Space Shark, being uploaded on Drakol's channel.
Oh, I might have forgotten something. The gyro.
Yeah, that would help. Unless you want me to, sit outside the ship and push.
On Wednesday, Anubis and I continue building some custom weapons in Space Engineers for our Weapons of Mass Derpiness series. This week we decide to build a device to snare enemy ships without harming them too much.
Whoa! Did you bang me?
I'm not going to respond to that. I start a new series doing time trials in Grid Autosport. There will be 2 episodes every week. As it's a fairly niche thing, I won't mention this series again. Just know that they'll be up on Wednesday and Saturday for the foreseeable future. And it's all down to the skill of driving. What an ironic time to happen. General Hatchet continues from the depths. This time he fights his way into the nearest resource zone, looking to expand his empire.
We finally punch a whole street through.
On Thursday, Anubis releases his 17th episode on the Nidd so far. This time he builds a flying fireplace, because, well, he's Anubis.
Also, if you've been watching Boris's channel, which I'm sure you have, we've started to, or he's started to do a weekly update, which is really great. You should watch it. It gives you an idea of all the stuff that's happening.
Nordic Beast continues his Welcome to the Shipyard series in Space Engineers, where he highlights, builds, mods, and other creations from the Steam Workshop.
So the last few days I've been working on this hover tank that you see behind me. I've been trying every way possible to make an automated hover tank that would stay at a level distance above basically a platform or an asteroid or what have you.
He then makes his way to the Nidd server for his 3rd episode there and discovers he's been struck by the Pink Bandit.
Apparently, the Pink Bandit has struck. Not only has he struck there, and there, he pinked my room.
And then he ventures onto Drakol's channel as they continue playing Space Engineers in the Space Shark series.
Actually, a girl I used to date a couple years ago, she's a gothic model, and she does shows and whatnot, and she's a grinder girl. And what grinder girls do is they wear metal bras, and they have, a reciprocating saw, and they grind down on the bra, and it causes sparks to fly up everywhere. And that's a grinder girl.
That sounds like another one of those things that I consider to be insane.
Oh, she is.
And finally, on Saturday, Anubis, Drunk Spider-Man, and I start training for our upcoming UHC event on the following Saturday. In the lead up to that event, we'll be posting 1 episode per day, where we play on the popular UHC server, uhc.xamisgaming.com. I won't mention this again, but there are 6 episodes in total on both mine and Anubis' channel, except for episode 3, which is only on Anubis'. I won't mention why. What am I?
What's happening?
Oh, I've been poisoned. I'm gonna die here. The videos decreased a little towards the end of the week as we all had other things on our plate, but they'll be back up to their norm soon. Given the good reaction to this idea of doing a weekly recap, for it to be more thorough and better, I was wondering if there was someone who wants to help with this series. I'm not entirely sure how yet, and given I don't like to be taking, I like to give something back where I can. But if you're interested, my contact details are in the Google Doc and we can go from there. Thank you for watching this week's recap. Hopefully you saw something you liked. I'll see you next week.